what's up, everybody? It's your boy Tez. We're here with the cast of Real. Wait, hold on. We got a new face here.
Surprise!
Surprise! Now, this face might not be too strange to you if you were able to join us for our live show, the Polymaf Live Show. We just maybe a week out from that.
Yes.
Now, let me just say, this young lady killed it on stage.
Thank you.
Now, these things get a little iffy, with the hosts trying to upkeep the energy and all of that.
Definitely.
But Miss Kamey Gomez, you are amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited. I definitely had to show y'all some love even after the live show because y'all did the same thing, keeping the crowd engaged.
Appreciate that.
I definitely was entertained, and I'm happy that we could keep the convo going today.
For sure.
Thank you. Now, I mean, a lot of people, and for good reason, label you as host, right? Now, you do quite a few other things, but
Yes.
I do got to say that host button comes naturally.
Thank you.
You were like, again, entertaining. You even kept G-Lo on his stuff, made him look good. This guy, come on. Right, made sure he ain't saying nothing, get us canceled or nothing too. People throwing tomatoes at the stage. Right. But nah, you were amazing. But I've seen you do interviews. I've seen you on red carpets. I've
Yes.
seen you do a lot of things. Please tell the people how you even got into this world.
For sure. I would definitely say I'm a full-time hustler and entrepreneur. Like whatever talents I have, I'm hustling that.
As you should.
But hosting is definitely my first love. Like I have pictures of me being a little girl with the mic in my hand.
Okay.
And I got started in high school. I always knew that I wanted to be on stage, but I'm like, I don't want to be a dancer. I can't sing, So I started off actually rapping.
That ain't even stop nobody ever anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you fine. Yeah.
But I started off as a rapper and I transitioned into spoken word poetry.
You have to play some.
I was gonna say we gonna go to the studio. We gonna record.
Go to the archive. Go to the archive.
Right, we got to get in the studio
Right.
because I got some stuff to get off my chest.
Heard it.
Definitely.
Copy.
But-
We saw you waving those red flags kind of hard too. It was like, yeah. Word.
Listen, I need some pink flags.
Oh, shoot.
Some purple
Every
ones
color of
too.
the rainbow.
Because it's levels to this
Heard
for
that.
sure.
Heard that.
But definitely transitioned into spoken word poetry. And then I was like, okay, I love being on stage. I hosted my first woman empowerment event at St. Francis College in
Fire.
Brooklyn.
Beautiful.
And from there I was like, okay, this is what I love to do, engaging with the crowd, fast forward to my freshman year in college. I went to Syracuse University.
Nice. Okay.
Hence the orange.
I was gonna say,
this is my Syracuse sweatsuit actually from my brand. This is my first sweatsuit
And
ever.
she got a brand.
The classic New York collection. Yeah, KG sweatsuits.
Okay.
But my freshman year of Syracuse, I ended up interviewing Charlamagne the God. And that was my first interview ever. And I was like, okay, being on stage, hosting events, interviews, this is what I want to do.
That's where it's
Yeah.
at. Okay. So you've interviewed quite a few people.
Yes.
What's one that stands out to you?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say,
I know. No, you don't gotta put nobody on blast now,
damn. I'm gonna say Styles P.
Okay,
My-
nah, I hear
that's-
he's real down to earth. I hear he's
Big bro right
yeah,
now. I'm from
that's
Yonkers, so that's
Yes.
the big bro. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Styles P for sure because
Why?
I've interviewed him on multiple occasions, and I feel Styles P is just such a real
He's
one.
real. He's real.
That having a conversation with him is effortless. And, I've even had conversations with him off camera where it's like, I've given him his flowers like, yo, I have a lot of respect and admiration, for you, and I want to carry that same essence with me. And he was like, you already got it. So the fact that he was able to kind of identify that in me, it was like,
That's
what?
good.
It's
Yeah.
stamped you're the ghost, So shout out to Styles P. He's
Shout out to
also
Styles
a
P.
big supporter of, my hats, my All-Star Trucker hats. So I rock with Styles P the long way for sure.
That's dope. That's dope. Shout out to SP the Ghost, man.
Yes.
That's it. Now he's one of those celebrities that's him, a whole crew, the Locks,
Jadakiss, all of
Jadakiss,
them.
all of them. They you know, they put on for the people. Like no matter what you're doing, if you can connect with them, they make sure that they hold you down.
Right.
And I can imagine the conversation, it's effortless, it's not forced. It never feels like a chore for them.
Right.
Because I can imagine, you know, some people, they get up there and it's like, why am I talking to you for real? But nah, he's like, okay, I see the vision. He's gonna do his part to kind of uplift and elevate whatever it is that you're doing.
For sure. And Styles P is smart, you know? So it's like having a conversation with him, I'm soaking up like street knowledge and like health knowledge and just life knowledge. And, you know, like it's a lot of gems and just a lot of wisdom that he has shared with me. And I feel like that's, you know, that's
absolutely
priceless right there.
Dope. Definitely. I know you gotta try some of his health products like the
I have his whole line.
All that.
I have every single Pharmacy for Life product. I have it.
Love it. Love it. Shout out to him. Now, I know we chatted briefly, and one of the things that when people are hustling, right, especially like our age around where you're trying to like really get up, sometimes you hustling for you, but you don't realize you're hustling for other people. Other people see you. Like, what ways do you feel like, you know, you've been able to kind of serve as an example or like give back to people?
Well, definitely I just try to lead my life, you know, like as a biggest example of just like staying down, believing in yourself, you know, chasing your dreams no matter what, and having that relentless pursuit in everything that you do. And I think anybody that knows me and has known me for years knows that I've always been like that. You know, like it's nothing new. People who've known me since elementary school knew that I was winning all of the awards and going super hard and, you know, always involved. Like I spoke at my 5th grade graduation, at my 8th grade graduation, in high school and college. Like I've always been the same person. So one of my biggest values is definitely authenticity. So I try to lead with that, but also just like giving back to others. I have my nonprofit organization, the Kamey Gomez Foundation, and I started that in 2017.
Fire.
It started, I actually went to Puerto Rico for Hurricanes Irma and Maria.
Okay.
So I was doing service out there with the hurricanes. And at first, you know, I thought I was bougie. I'm like, I don't want no bugs, no mud on me. Like it's raining, it's hot, you know? But honestly, that experience changed my life because really getting in the mud and helping people who need it and seeing how grateful they are and knowing that you're making a difference with not really getting anything like physically out of it in return. Like that feeling was just unmatched, you know? So I came back to the city and the following year, I'm like, I want to have that feeling again. It may not be in Puerto Rico, but this time we're going to do it in the Bronx. And sure enough, I created the Gomez Toy Drive. That was the first toy drive I did. And from then, you know, we've been doing community drives ever since.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love hearing that. There's like, the world can be so transactional that people rarely go out of their way unless it's something that actually benefits them.
Definitely. People are for self, for sure. But it's like the most rewarding thing is when you could step outside of yourself, you know, and just give a helping hand. And I just feel like, God forbid if I die tomorrow, like I could live with that, you know?
Because you did your part.
Yeah.
Were you always like that, or did something happen to kind of push you in that direction?
I wasn't always like that. I told you I was bougie.
So was it just going to Puerto Rico and experiencing
having that experience, obviously, because I'm born and raised in Harlem. I'm full blown Puerto Rican, but I've never been to Puerto Rico. So for this to be my first experience going and just seeing the impact that the hurricanes had, and also knowing like these are my people.
Your people,
it hit like it touched my heart in a different way. So I think from that moment, I was kind of just like, okay, you know, I kind of understand what it means to give back for me. And I kind of just wanted to share that with other people in my local community. So, you know, posted on Instagram, got a bunch of volunteers. People would donate, just send bread to the GoFundMe or to a Cash App. And it was very run and gun like that. So it definitely doesn't take a lot to make a difference.
Take note of that. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like all extravagant. Sometimes
it doesn't have to be official. People are always like, oh, get the paperwork, get the LLC, do this, do that. And it's like, bro, like you could give back just by making an extra meal and walking out your crib and giving that to somebody. You know, you could give back by paying for somebody's coffee while you on the line. You could give back, you know, just keep $1 in your car. You never know.
That's
it's
true.
really the little moments, you know, like
change people's lives.
Definitely.
Be that little extra boost they need to
and
brighten
even
their
if
day.
you don't change their life necessarily, you still making a positive impact.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's like once that positive domino is gonna knock down other dominoes, and it's like the energy you put into something, like that's magnetic, that's contagious. So you never know if somebody feel inspired or happy or you know, at peace because you did something small for them.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, I know you got started in entertainment very early, on stage very early. Was there ever a part of you, is there still a part of you that gets a little nervous before you get on stage? Because again, I couldn't tell. It didn't seem like that. But I know myself, you know, we might get a little flutter of the butterflies.
I feel like everybody gets that. It's not, you're going to get the butterflies. You have to get comfortable with the butterflies.
Right.
But you're going to get the butterflies. But
I think you hit it on the nose.
Yeah.
Like, you got to get comfortable with that nervous feeling. And I just always affirm myself that, like, they're just people. They're people just like me. Like, nothing separates me from you. You got a voice, I got a voice. You got thoughts, I got thoughts. I may be a little louder, you know, but I kind of try to approach it like that. But obviously, because it's something that I care about, you know, I always, you know, do get a little bit nervous. But definitely fear never stopped me in my personal life, and it never stopped me on stage. So it's like,
beautiful.
Yeah, I don't feel scared of nobody.
I mean, that crowd looked a little, you know, at least they got a little riled up.
Yonkers, y'all a little rough.
Yeah,
so,
a little bit.
But, you know, growing up in Harlem, too, is just like, it's whatever.
Right. And then I know E, the way E even starts the thing, we got people putting on blast, whether they relationship status, you got people in relationships, out of relationships, single, this, situationships, breaks, everything. They were all over the place.
Yeah.
And, you know, we got to kind of test the waters. A couple of people out there that I felt was like kind of torn, but even their red flags. If you guys didn't know, check it out. We played a game called Red Flag, Green Flag. You know, we gonna let y'all weigh in on a couple of those. We'll post them, and we might even play a little bit today and see where your head is at, Kamey. You know, she's like, wait, what are we gonna do?
Red flag, you know, I be chilling.
Right. But somebody came up to us, and they were like, outside of the couple who might have got a little bit, you know, stirred up themselves, but a couple, somebody was on a break, and they had some questions about just how we felt about a situation. I got my own feelings. I don't believe in breaks in relationships.
Me neither.
Me neither.
I feel like, all right, I'm gonna let y'all go. 'Cause I got my own, but I've been talking enough. You go.
No,
what
I think for me, if it's a difference between I need space and we need to take a break. Space is.
You think so?
Yes. No, space is. Let me give you a little time to get your thoughts together.
Yeah,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're in a relationship and we live together, space is, I might sleep on the couch, let you sleep in the room.
Right.
You know, give you a little space.
Go do your thing for the day.
Or
I'ma
go
come
do your
holla at
thing.
you.
I'm going to chill at the crib or, you know what I mean? Go. That's space. A break, I don't even understand that definition.
Yeah.
If we're on a break, does that mean that I get to talk to other people?
Ooh.
Does that mean that I get to...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
what's the
what is
limit?
a break?
Right.
I never understood that. I don't even want to understand it. I had a girl who tried that. I was just like, this is it. You want to break? We breaking up. I'm not even, I can't. But what are your thoughts on breaks?
I'm not pro breaks at all. I just feel like you can't put a pause into when you want to exit and re-enter somebody's life. I agree with you. I think space is way different, where it's like, okay, you know, like a day or two, go do your thing, get your thoughts together, whatever. But a break, I don't know. Like, I'm a break free from the shackles. I'm a break free from the shackles of the perception of a break, you know? And I just feel like if you're not sure about something, more than likely, like, the answer is no. Like, if you got to go back and forth of like, oh, I don't know if I want to be with this person, or I don't know. It's like, bro, just go ahead and do your thing. You feel me? So...
All right, so let's take it a step further, right? Because there's breaks, and again, I think breaks and breakups are kind of like one and the same. I mean, you might maybe proximity is different. Like you try to keep an eye out for the person. I think a break is more like a breakup with surveillance. Like you
think
watching
with surveillance though?
That's crazy.
you watching the person, like you checking up on them, you making sure. Because at the end of the day,
IG
right?
stalking.
Yeah, right. Because
That's
like
why
think
you
about
gotta
it.
pack it.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, like once it's a break and it's like no contact, it's just like, all right, it's nothing. It's no
Right.
viewing on the story. It's no texting at 3 a.m. It's no
Right.
like, if you're gonna do a break, commit to the
10
to
toes,
the,
10
yeah,
toes.
like stand on it.
But that's exactly what I mean. Like, I don't want to go out and now you concerned about what I'm doing because in your mind, we still attached technically.
That's my thing. Whatever
Right.
you do on the break, if there's betrayal involved in any form, that is the final straw.
Okay, but then that means
That
like,
is the final straw. Like whatever you do on a break that is outside of like the original terms and conditions of that relationship,
okay.
there's no reconciliation after that.
So you can cheat while on a break.
No.
that's what she said.
Hell
You can't.
no.
You
If
can't.
you
No. I'm saying
if
like
you
it
cheat
counts
on a
as
break,
cheating.
Yes,
Yes.
It counts as
Yes.
cheating.
Whatever you do on the break that you wouldn't do in the relationship,
It still
it's
counts.
cheating.
So what is the break? Is the break just like we
The
not
break is
communicating?
supposed to be no contact and time and space
Gather my thoughts.
to reevaluate, kind of like how to move forward in the relationship. Like you should be actively doing inner work on yourself, reflecting, doing whatever is necessary in order to move the relationship forward. If you're using the break just as a means to do whatever you want,
Right,
or
okay,
just
okay,
to like
okay.
you want to be on your solo vibes for a
Right,
little
right.
bit, then that's not a break. That's you being single.
Right.
See, now that's what I feel like most people do because to me personally, that inner work should be going on anyway, right? Even if you're in a relationship,
Yeah.
you should always be doing the inner work regardless. And not talking to your person, yeah, maybe a couple of days or whatever, a check-in, like to me, that's not a big deal enough to say like, okay, we got to have an announcement about whether or not we're chatting with each other. That's crazy to me. So I think the only reason why somebody would even want a break is like, yeah, I want to be able to kind of, I don't want to say entertain other people, but you entertain situations that your significant other may not have been okay with in the first place.
My thing is, if my absence brings you that much peace
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
and you wanted this break for a peace of mind to recollect your thoughts and do whatever inner work and realign because I've thrown you off or the relationship has thrown you off, whatever. It's like, bro, you like just go ahead and experience the absence for a lifetime, so you could have that peace for a lifetime.
Is there a fight or a situation that you feel like would warrant even that? Because again, if I'm locked in with my
people be
person,
going through breaks all the time.
I don't know. I feel like the success of a relationship is the ability to talk things out.
Yes.
Right.
That is literally the foundation of a
Right. Like, I
relationship.
don't wanna be like-
Communication and compromise.
Yes.
Like and conflict resolution. Like if you cannot quickly and effectively resolve you and your partner's issues within the relationship, it's going to go downhill.
Right.
Because you're going to have a snowball effect of offense, of
Yes.
hurt, of pain that just constantly, gets bigger and
It's gonna
bigger
trigger
if you
every
cannot,
time.
resolve that snowball and just, leave it like that. So definitely agree with you.
Yes.
I agree with that. I think it's important to know your partner too, because some partners, what I found out is they're avoidant.
Yes.
They don't know how to deal with conflict.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they do need that space. So not to get personal, but that's how my girl. My girl needs space, gather thoughts, but within that space, she's working on how can we reconnect.
Right.
So if you're not doing that work,
Well, but that's the
and
thing,
there
right?
could also be space with reassurance, like for the avoidance.
There you go.
Like,
there you
yo,
go.
babe, like
I'm here
I
for
need
you.
a couple of days, or I need X amount of time to clear my head or to get back to me, but I'm not going nowhere. But I still love you.
That's
but we're gonna get through this.
Right.
You know,
Massive.
like there's a way to like positively reinforce for someone like me who is like anxiously attached.
Anxious attachment.
Right.
Like
yeah.
I'm a anxious,
Same.
attached person, and I'm working
Mm-hmm.
towards becoming securely attached. But it's like when you're dealing with an avoidant, it's like anxious attached people need that positive
Clarity,
reinforcement
yeah.
of like, listen, I'm not gonna abandon you. I just need a moment to like, center myself.
Where do you think that comes from, though?
Anxious attachment, definitely fear of abandonment.
Abandonment
And
issues,
and childhood trauma when it comes to abandonment. And I also think conditional love, as a child, like not necessarily in my situation, but it's like you can see when parents have like a reward system with their kids where it's like, I'm gonna love you based on how you perform as a child for me.
Right.
Or I'm gonna love you as long as I'm happy in my
In
relationship.
my relationship,
Or I'm
right.
gonna love you as long as, X, Y, and Z. And that conditional love in like child and parent relationships definitely show up in adulthood. So that's why you have people pleasers and people who overperform for love, or people who feel like they need to overcompensate or try to win love, or people who get super affected by like the silent treatment, because as a child you were taught like, if you don't do what I need you to do, I'm gonna ignore you.
Yeah.
So it's like now as an adult, when somebody is ignoring you, you feel like, don't ignore me.
yeah.
You don't leave me. Don't like pay attention to me. I'm worthy. I'm worthy of being
Worthiness.
loved.
That's it.
That
right there.
worthiness, that
Yeah.
fear, like those are a lot of like just childhood
Inner
wounds.
wounds.
Yeah, definitely that, even I carry.
I understand. I'm right there with you. Now, one of those things, first off, let me say, you are worthy. Now,
Yes.
always think,
You are worthy. Like that is a big affirmation for men and women that I feel like shouldn't go overlooked, because worthiness looks different in so many different ways.
Absolutely. Now, okay, we always tend to kind of double back into the dating space and kind of the landscape of dating somewhat. Now, one of those things is the archetypes that people go for, right? I know people want the provider types. And I say that because you mentioned people trying to earn love, win love, things like that. Like I think there's some overlap in regards to people overcompensating as far as earning love or trying to lead money first, lead experience first versus leading connection first. And I actually saw a video. It's those balloon pop videos. I'm sorry. I'm a little. It's a guilty pleasure. It's a guilty pleasure. But there was some dude, he was iced out, had his shades on. They said, hey, so what would be your ideal first date? What would you do if we went on a date? He's like, well, I'll probably send you some money, get your hair done.
Like,
Get,
wait, because I think I know exactly
you
what
know
you're
what I
talking
mean?
about. The pencil beard?
Yeah.
Go
Sounds like I send you some money, get your hair done, send you a little something for some outfits or something. Pick you up in my double R, Rolls Royce, with like 1,000 roses or something,
Oh my
And
God.
as you could tell, other people are like, what are we doing?
Bro.
To the point where, at first, you could tell why he did it.
It's
But Shorty just
cringeworthy.
goes to pop the balloon. And I'm sorry, dude, whoever you are, the funniest shit in the world was that Shorty goes to pop his balloon. He goes to try to hide the balloon.
No.
Like, bro, you know what you just said. Get out of here. But what's your view on people leading with the wrong things in dating?
That's a good question. I don't know. You go.
No, for me, like I'm more of a let's connect before anything. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I always go off of my personal experience. Like me and my girl, when we first started dating, we would have car dates. So literally, like we in the car, drive, go to Domino's.
Love a car date.
You know what I'm saying?
Car
Like,
dates are amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's the best point
she
of
gets
connection.
my phone. She gets to play the music she wants to play. She was playing like 90s R&B. We vibing. We connected. Like that built a strong foundation.
Because it's intimate.
It's intimate. We're getting to know each other. There's
And
no,
yes.
there's
no pressure.
Flashy
yes.
things to distract. It's me and you in the car.
Uh-huh, definitely.
So you can't, a lot of times I feel like guys tend to hide behind experiences.
No,
I feel like a lot of guys that, value materials lack emotional
Substance.
depth. Like lack personality, lack character. So it's like if you feel like you have to lead with those things, and it works most times because women be open when they see the jewels and the money and you got a nice car, like women are gonna bite the bait every time. But definitely like you could tell just like the quality of a person based on like what they are leading with, like it may sound cool and like you smooth talking in the beginning, but it's like, what are we really doing here?
Look, man, I always warn my friends, fellas out there, like if you have to lead with a heavy experience, some type of aesthetic, don't get me wrong, it's nice. I understand, like, especially holidays, I'm the first guy to like, go out of my way to create something for like special occasions. But that's important as well. Yeah, my first instinct is to create an environment where we can actually just have a conversation. Yeah. Like I know it's the corny like coffee date or something like that, or just grab a bite to eat. Like I like to do something really low key because to me, I need to know I could connect with you here before I can justify doing something here. Right. I know back in the days of the pandemic, you had the pandemic boys with the fly out. As a first link is like, let me fly you out, shorty. Slide in the PPP loan. Exactly. You know what I mean?
UE hitting flights on $60.
So don't get me wrong. While Turks and Caicos is a great and wonderful destination, first date might be a little distracting.
I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of women that be like, I want to go on a first date to Jamaica, and it's like, bro, I never want to go with a man out the country on the first date ever. Strangers. First of all, I'm not sleeping in the same bed with you. Right. I don't care if you just pay for put us in first class, business class. Like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sharing a bed with you. I'm not sharing the space with you. Like, now I'm obligated. That's what I'm saying? Like, so I cannot have freedom of whether or not I want to.
Here's the question. It's the question. I gotta ask the question, right? Okay, so do you feel, like you said it, I think you kind of answered the question already, but do you feel like if somebody flies you out, there is an expectation to be intimate?
100%. 100%. Like, if you think you a woman and you think you just too bad and too beautiful and you getting flued out and you think, oh, I'm definitely going to tell this dude no at the end of the night, he's going to send you packing. Right back. Like, he's going to embarrass you. So it's like, don't even do it to yourself. But honestly, it's a lot of women that's willing to give it up.
That's
they
true
like,
too.
What's a little 45 minutes to a 5-day Jamaica trip?
Sheesh. I mean, some girls flew out to Jamaica to do that anyway.
Right. That's a different conversation.
That's a different.
We're talking red flag, green flag now.
Okay, we can start that on. As you can see, I've brought out the flags. Like I said, we've been playing a game called Red Flag, Green Flag, and I think this is a perfect
smooth transition, bro. I wasn't ready.
You're stupid. Yo, he been cutting up, y'all, before the camera started rolling. All right? Yo, hey, what we doing?
So, let's start off, right, real quick. I kind of alluded to it. We got, on one hand, the girls' trip to Jamaica or the guys' trip to DR. We can just say trips in general. Girls' trip, guys' trip. You in a relationship. Red flag, green flag.
What, if he's going on a guy's trip?
Guy's trip or a girl's trip. It's a red flag?
Is it a red flag?
It's a red flag? Guy's trip is a red flag?
Guy's trip is a red flag to me if the guys are single on the trip. Like, if you are, like, in a committed relationship, I feel like your circle, like, it should obviously be diverse, but it should reflect that, or there should be some kind of, I don't know.
Balance.
Okay. Then let's take that a little deeper. Before I double back on the trip side, that you brought up a good
My
point.
dude cannot tell me he going to Colombia. I'm coming.
Now you going with him.
I'm coming. I'm getting my teeth done.
The food is amazing. The views are great. You know, the culture is amazing. Right? It's a very immersive culture too. Very immersive. Right.
I'm going.
All right. So you mentioned the circles, right? Because we get a lot of flack. Because I say that if you got a girl and she even wants to go outside, like to the club, and she got a bunch of single friends, to me, I'm grabbing the wrong one. It's a red flag, brother. It's a red flag.
I feel like
bunch of single friends, and you're
pull both.
What?
I'm coming. My thing is, you want to go to the club? I'm coming.
Mm-hmm. There you go. There you go.
And it's not necessarily to have like an eye on you, like,
why can't we go together?
I need to watch my dude. But it's like, you want to go to the club for what? You want to vibe up for what? Like, at least if you're going to be drinking, I'm going to be drinking, smoking my hookah, a song come on, we could bust a little wine, we could vibe up together.
Like that.
If you go out with your boys, all right, y'all going to have a bottle, y'all going to be in the section. Obviously, y'all want bitches in the section. So I'm going to be in the section.
It's always a plus.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are y'all doing X, Y, and Z in the club for if it's not for the attraction of other women? You just going to be in the corner just drinking. And, you know, guys don't even sway or dance. So it's like you really just standing in the corner listening to music.
E-Man be there for the hookah.
Just pay $500 for a bottle for what? Like, you in a whole relationship want to be in a club for what?
No, I agree. Because I said this last time. I reversed. I was asking, like, women, like, what is the purpose of y'all going to the nightclubs if you're in a healthy relationship? Because from where I stand, right, and I'm thankful for my shorty, her circle of friends, they rather be at the crib doing things. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can still have
even
a
at
good
the
time.
crib,
Exactly.
game night at the crib,
drink.
Yeah.
And
even if it's like if it's a girl's dinner, that's different than going to the club. Like if I want to go with my homegirls to dinner and we get a hookah, we get a hookah and we get a drink or whatever, like that's cool. But it's like, what am I doing in the club?
Right.
That's
what are you looking for in the club? What's your intention of being in the spot? Like, if it's not to dance and to vibe up, then what are you doing? Like, my thing is, you could go out, because sometimes I feel like guys need just like a little break. Like, you could be fully in a healthy relationship, you know, committed, and it's like, damn, I just want to go out with my friend one time.
That's true.
You know, so it's like, I understand that too. But if you going out with a bunch of dudes that's single and, you know, like, y'all in the section and this bitch is there, it's like, I'm not
Recipe
feeling
for
that.
disaster.
I'm not
it's a
feeling
red flag.
that.
That's a red flag. We here with it. Now, okay, let's flip it a little bit. Just a little bit. Because we have the relationships with somebody who has, or you have a girl and they got all guy friends, or a guy with all female friends. Red flag, green flag.
That's a big red flag.
Okay. I'm torn.
What?
I'm torn.
I'm a hypocrite.
I'm torn. And the reason why is to not be a hypocrite, because I have a lot of female friends and the relationships has never crossed those lines, never crossed those boundaries.
And I'm not jacking that
Not jacking
at all.
It's a red flag.
It's a red flag.
Bro, I'm going to tell you right now, like, I just always had a lot of, like, guy friends growing up. Like, you know, I always had, like, the bros. Like, it was always, like, Kamey with gang, you know? And it's like, okay, I understand, like, the lines never cross. You know, like, people haven't crossed those lines. But as I've gotten older, though, like, with male friends, I can 100% guarantee
that's different.
Like 90% of my male friends are attracted to me in some way.
Okay, see, now that's where I say I can be a hypocrite,
though. They're not blind. They're not dumb.
I can be a hypocrite there, though.
I'm a vibe. You feel me? They're not slow.
Guy friends are different. I will say that a girl with guy friends can almost guarantee that the you know, the guys were checking her out, looking for opportunity. I don't know if y'all ever seen the videos where they call up the friend.
If the girl lets the guy friend any little sign
some
of
space, it's over.
It's a wrap.
It's over.
They willing to cross that line as long as the woman is the one that keeps the friend zone. Like, the woman keeps the line there. But I'm telling you, you give a guy an inch, he's gonna take them out. It don't matter how long y'all been good
So
friends.
then does that
it don't
change
matter.
then again if your guy has female friends? Because you said it, the girls are the ones who kind of keep the boundaries, and now like he's got you. Unless you believe he's just gonna be cheating all the time, does that make it?
I feel like if it's a homegirl that you've had like growing up and it's been mad years, okay, cool. But as an adult, like there should be no reason why you got these female friends, especially if y'all going out. And if she got kids and stuff, okay, cool. That's really a homegirl. She got her own life. But if she just like a single girl that's just calling you for advice, just chopping it up, like I'm not jacking that.
So yeah, so for me, I think the word that I like is transparency, right? So I'm very big on let's say if I meet a girl, we have a great conversation and we could connect, you gonna know my girl. My girl's gonna know you.
Yeah.
To the point where, you know what I'm saying, text her, you know what I'm
Text her,
saying?
yeah.
Transparency, we not gonna do no weird stuff to where it could be misconstrued or
Yes.
you know exactly what it is. If you call,
calling at the wrong
speakerphone, my girl's
times,
right
yeah.
next to me, whatever. If you call, she can answer, talk to you.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Right,
Exactly.
If you want a friendship with me,
You got a friendship with her?
you got a friendship with her.
And
Facts.
I
You know what I'm saying?
love that on your end and for guys, because that provides that secure attachment for
100%.
women.
100%.
You know, when you over here like, oh, she's my friend. I knew her before you.
Oh,
Or,
they kind of puts in
like,
competition. I hear that.
what?
Yeah, nah.
All my
Nah, that's
homegirls from
dangerous.
college, they know my girl. They got
My
my
thing
girl's
is,
number.
I should be number one.
Facts.
Any friends, anybody, like they should
Respect it.
understand that. Like,
Yeah.
period.
That's my main thing. And I tell guys all the time, like, be transparent with your girl. It's gonna be so much easier. Like, even me going out and all that. Like, my girl, I want to assume she's secure because she knows whatever it is. She got my password. She got transparent. There's nothing. I'm not hiding nothing.
What you think about the passwords? Should you have the password to your significant other's phone?
For sure.
No.
Why not?
You gotta have privacy somewhere.
When
Privacy?
You say, that's when you say privacy. Like, what are you trying?
What
to
is
keep
private?
He ain't even think about it yet. He trying to come up with it on the spot.
I am kinda got you.
What's private?
I mean, damn.
Yeah. If you really locked in, like I'm locked in.
If
with
you
my
really
shorty,
nah, like if
I'm
I'm
If your
really,
private
really
parts
locked
are
in,
not private to
Yeah,
your
like, yeah.
person, then why does a device have
Right.
to be private?
What's in there that you don't want her to see?
I mean, conversations. I don't know.
What conversation?
Not like that, but like I don't know. Like, damn.
My girl is my ace. Like
Exactly.
Any conversation that people know this. You
Talk
have a conversation
about
with
it.
me,
Damn.
she gonna know about it.
You might have me there. You might
Yeah,
have me
like,
there. You might
what-
have me there. Yeah.
What is there to hide?
Exactly.
I guess when I get to the point where I'm
a
locked in
open
with
book.
somebody
my
like
heart
that.
is open.
That's
My
it.
phone is
My
open.
intentions are open. Like
Exactly.
ain't nothing. Yo, I sleep like a baby.
Yeah.
I snore like a bear, but I sleep
If
like
you're
a
not
baby.
if you're not doing nothing,
That's
it's
true.
nothing to hide, bro.
Yeah.
Like
No,
I've never really given I can't say I haven't given somebody my password, but it's like, even if I haven't given you my password, I'm like opening my phone freely in front of you. Like you see my password at this point.
Fair.
You know that if you ever ask me like, yo, like let me see your phone, it's like you could probably get into it if you wanted to. You know, like I'm really not tripping. I'm such a loyalist though. It's like when I'm with you, my loyalty is on extreme. Like you're not gonna feel me giving people any vibes, any little funny.
That's
like
most,
you're not
yeah,
gonna.
that's what most guys want, man. That's really
That's
it.
what every guy wants, but
That's
I feel like
it.
it
But
makes
not
life so much
everybody,
easier.
not every guy can match that too.
That's true. That's true.
Like
I think that's the biggest thing too. If you're gonna demand something or request,
You got to
something,
be able to
you gotta be able to
reciprocate
give it.
it.
You can't be like, I need your
Yeah.
password,
And
but then
can't-
you can't see my. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the
Exactly.
type though. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I feel that way about passwords, at least maybe until this conversation, because y'all made a good
But I'm
point.
curious because you
I've
quick to be like, nah,
Right.
passwords is off limit. What exactly is off limits?
Well, that's the thing. I don't necessarily, I've just always been a type of person that's just like, I just don't like people going through my stuff. So it's more like a territorial thing. Like, I don't know. And that's the thing. If I'm with somebody, I guess it doesn't necessarily matter because it's like, why am I feeling like you're a threat to that anyway if you're in this space regardless?
Exactly.
If you're like on the other side of the wall, then
If I could go through your clothes, through your drawer,
laundry, like,
if
right,
I could,
like what haven't like you make a good
go
point.
through
Like,
your
what
past
haven't you,
trauma and scatter through your heart, like.
I mean, look, it's okay, fair enough. Y'all got it. Y'all do. I've never also asked for a password either.
Nah, so I don't think that I ever. She asked me for my password and I gave it to her.
I guess.
I think in the same moment I was like, "Let me see your phone."
In my mind,
Like,
the trust is always kind of like, to me, it's unspoken. So it's like,
bro,
I know trust but verify. But
yeah,
I trust you. But let the trust match what's
Yup.
all right, cool.
like to me, I can't
trust
be in a
you
relationship.
all I want,
Yeah.
but let me see that proof though,
Yeah.
because when you go to court,
Yeah.
you could sit here and say, "Yes,
Yeah.
Judge, Your Honor, I am telling the truth," and you could think, "Okay, you are," but it's like, what do the evidence say though?
Right.
Yeah,
What does the testimony say? Like, what's the cross examination like? So I feel like, let me see for myself, because I could trust you, but I trust me more.
Facts.
So let me see it with my eyes.
Facts.
I don't know. I've never been in a relationship with somebody who I didn't trust. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's to me, the process of getting to relationship is such an arduous one. It takes such a long time. My talking phase is so thorough that, like, by the time we get there, I'm like, I know your character. And if
have your password.
Right.
I guess she could, but in theory they've never asked, and maybe they did, and it was never a thing. But like, it's never a thing because I've never asked, or if it did,
guys
if it come up,
typically won't be the one to initiate the ask.
Yeah.
It's always the woman, but depending on a guy's reaction to when you ask, that tell you everything you need to know right there.
That is a test too. I feel
Like-
like that is a test.
well,
Like,
your
if
girl
you
asks
over
for your
here,
password and you like, well, what you
ask
need
a
for?
question,
or if you got your phone on D&D, you putting your phone face down. Like, come on, women, like,
I gotta speak
these
up for
things, like,
I put it on D&D because I don't want no disconnect. Like,
That's
I
true.
wanna
I do the
lock
D&D.
in now.
who's disturbing you?
Oh man,
Who's this?
Clients. But it's not all the time. But if we on a date, locked in. I'm with you. Ain't nothing. You know what I mean?
Same.
Yeah.
Okay, but if
But
I'm
we at the
always
crib and all
around
that-
you,
no.
and we in the crib, and you
Yeah,
got
no,
your
no,
phone
no.
on D&D, it's
That's
like,
red flag.
That
yeah,
is a red flag
That's
too.
red
That's a
flag.
red flag.
definitely.
In my
But my-
days
but
now, it's a
but-
little different.
but
But
my
maybe
girl-
before I moved a little differently. But now we here. Now
My
we
girl
here.
hit
Who's
me with
blowing up
something
your
that-
phone so
with the-
much?
Now we healthy. We healthy. We not toxic. Not as toxic.
The phone being down, she was like, it's a respect thing.
That's true. Okay.
At first, I was like, that's cat. But for her, it's like, it's the same thing as keeping on D&D. Like, I'm with you.
But they
I don't
do
want
say
no
that.
distraction of like, I'm with you.
Nah,
You know what I'm
when we
saying?
go to
Yeah.
business
But-
meetings, though, they do coach you in business meetings. If you're meeting with a new client, either phone out of sight or screen out of sight,
Yeah.
because you don't want to have that distraction.
Right.
The phone flashes. Now you hear, but they're still talking to you. Like,
Right.
like, oh, do you have somewhere to be?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? If you give anybody an opportunity to say that you're somewhere else, then you're kind of disrespectful.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I get that. I do
Yeah.
get
But
that.
the key is transparency.
Mhm.
That's the key.
And there's a big difference between being honest and being transparent.
Big facts.
Because when you're honest, you're being asked if this is the truth, and then you're being honest
You're
about
saying
it.
yes or no.
Yes,
Transparent beats you to
you
it.
are offering and
Mhm.
volunteering this information and all parts of the story, whether they may be in your favor or not.
Or not.
So
Now-
it's like, tell it how it is. Let's be transparent for real.
Do you feel like somebody offering up the ugly parts of their past, is that, I'm not gonna say red flag or green flag. I think it's a green flag.
What's an
But
example?
is it like a deal breaker?
What's an example?
So somebody, okay, let's just put it, somebody has an extensive sexual history, or at least a history that involves people that you are
Speaking of
familiar.
codes, right? What does
They
that
got a
mean?
high body count.
Oh, all right. You can
Yeah.
go straight.
They got
I'm
a
straight
high
shooter.
body count, and not
Okay.
even just a high body count. They got some familiar faces in that body count.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
But before we get to
I
that,
don't think
before we get
that's-
to that, does body count matter?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say body count don't matter.
I guess.
I'm
yeah.
gonna say body
guess,
count
yeah.
don't matter in the sense of just like, I don't know. Like, I don't really want to know all of.
Same.
All
I don't.
of
I don't
the
ask body
women.
count. I told you that. I don't.
I just always assume high.
Yeah.
Like,
Same. I'd rather.
I just
rather,
always
That's a
assume you
psychological
fuck
trick.
mad bitches. Like, and honestly, like
that
yeah.
works for women too, though, because you don't want a guy who had no motion.
That's what I'm saying. Do you feel like it's different for men versus women? Because women do, to a certain degree, control access to it. If that makes sense. Like, if a guy is getting a lot of chicks, a lot of women, that's because he has something to offer in a sense. But for women, just being a woman, you're gonna have dudes at your door.
If you're attractive,
If that makes no.
Well, fair. There's
No.
damn.
Just being a woman, if for most
But guys will fuck anything though.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Can
what
I
I'm saying.
curse?
Nah, you can.
Yeah,
You good.
Yeah, like
That's what I'm saying.
guys will fuck anything though. So that don't necessarily mean like he got something to offer or like like
No.
he's
I mean,
him.
like, it's just that he is going to go after anything. It's not like his standards. He really got standards. I think that's usually when people say that guys will fuck
Even
anything.
guys that be saying they got standards will fuck anything, bro. Cause I literally will look at guys that be like, oh, like I only fuck bad bitches. And it's like when I probably look at the girls that he has been intimate with, it's like
Regular chick.
actually, yeah, like
That's a whole other issue, though. That's a whole other
topic.
issue.
With that, I want to speak on it.
Yeah,
With
go
that,
ahead. Go
I feel
ahead.
like something that women might miss is that guys like their egos
Stroked.
stroked.
yeah, 100%.
So you might not be the baddest chick ever, but
Yeah.
if you know how to make me feel like that guy,
Well, also,
Yep,
let me,
you know,
let me
or
put out there
if
too.
a girl is like giving a guy money or something,
Oh.
like what niggas is getting
homosexuals
niggas is getting pussy and
and housing.
no, not even that, because you don't have to be a bum to get money from a woman. There's just some women that be so open or just want to spend it or just want to throw their money because they pick me's, you
Right.
know? So it's like, if you getting pussy and getting bread from the girl, what?
Fair. I had a friend of mine. He had shorty buy like him and a couple other people iPhones that he
That's
was
crazy.
smashing, and she was. I mean, of course, she had the bread. She came from a
That's
family that had the bread, so it worked out.
That's what I'm saying. Some women, like,
Mhm.
they don't care to spend on a man. Like, my mom always told me, like,
Mhm.
I don't know. Like, I would spoil somebody who is spoiling me, but I'm not
Don't
tricking
lead with it.
first. You know,
Okay.
like I'm not leading with it. Like, definitely not. You're not about to get
Make sure you
comfortable
locked
and
in
thinking
first.
that I'm like, I don't know, like
You just
but I feel like if you like well, at least from my experience, if a girl likes you,
she will
she has
spend.
no problem spending on you. Like she's not even gonna be like,
But she
you gotta spend
also-
on me for. If she likes you,
nah, I'm not. Honestly, that is true.
like if it's a genuine vibe and you
That
you're not,
part
That
though.
is true.
That
the walls
part.
are down. You could tell that he's a genuine guy. Maybe he don't got it to like spend on you like that. You know what I'm saying? But he's.
But
putting in
does she
time and
like
putting in
you for the
effort.
connection
And if
though?
she genuinely likes you, I feel like I've had chicks spend.
Yeah,
just 'cause
but
it's
they
a
but they
genuine
like they
vibe.
liked you because
Yeah.
of the connection,
Yeah.
not just because like
Because I'm
just
I
because they
think
was
it's a
trying. They
little-
weren't trying to get you. They
Right.
weren't trying to win or earn your
Right.
love. They
Right.
were just reciprocating the energy,
energy.
and that was there.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Women, I feel like we are naturally receivers. Like we are meant to reciprocate the energy. So it's like even if a dude don't got it like
Wait,
that,
wait, hold on.
like, and
Don't
I'm not gonna be
confuse-
tricking on him first just because I like him so much. Let me just buy him
Mhm.
clothes and let me buy him this. Like no, like if he don't got it like that, then he need to find other ways, like to kind of compensate.
Ladies, don't confuse receiver and taker because like there's a whole bunch of y'all come out like give me that
Yup.
type shit. That's not the same.
A lot of women are entitled.
Right.
Like just because I look good, like you have to pay
Mhm.
for this for me. You have to do this for me. And it's
That's a new
like,
culture though.
yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. It's like, oh, you didn't send me money for my nails? Oh, you're cut off.
You're cut off. You ain't see the girl who was like, if dude pays with Apple Pay, he's never seeing her again.
Really?
Yeah, like the standards is getting crazy, like unreal. It's getting wild out here. But also,
Apple Pay do say something though, because depending on the type of dude you messing with, it's like, all right, you probably don't have an actual bank card because you're doing something
Wait,
illegal, so you need the Apple Pay.
y'all do. Wait, hold on, that's cap. Because you do know your bank account connects to Apple Pay, right?
Yeah, but I know some dudes, bro, with no bank account.
Well, that's
is
true
like,
too. That's true too.
Like,
But if I go to
qualify
scan
for
my
a bank
card to
account.
pay for something, I go like that. But ching, like, you know, I'm
Oh, but Apple Pay, you can put a gift card on there.
I mean, yeah, but you can also. I just think that's a bad tell.
Or
you can
people
also
is
put
like,
your whole
nah,
bank
you
account
know
on
what
that.
I hate, bro? When guys are like, oh, if you ask them for money or they supposed to give you money and they like, oh, I only have it digitally, or I only have it like on my Apple Pay or my Cash App, and it's like,
Oh, okay, that's a
bro,
different story.
what? Or they'll be like, oh, I only got cash, like I have to see you to give you the cash, and it's like, bro, either you're broke or you just like
that's a pickup
super
line.
like super trapping,
Trying
super
to get to see
scamming.
you.
Trying to get to see you.
Trying to get to see you. Trying to get to see you.
No, that's
No.
not true. I'm telling you, some dudes be broke. They don't actually want to give you the bread, or they're like a super scammer, and it's like they actually do got to give you the bread in person. So it's like the way a guy does pay for stuff, I don't feel like it's a deal breaker, but it's like, if you know, you know, you know?
Y'all be fucking with scammers like that though?
Who's y'all?
People be fucking with scammers like that?
I mean, I have.
I feel like it's part of the territory though. Like, right? Like, no? Something that's expected.
I guess. I don't know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't know nothing about scammers. I don't know nothing about scamming.
Okay. We leave that one
But
alone.
I feel like we slid over. We was talking about body counts, right?
Yes, body counts.
And you said that body counts don't matter.
Yeah.
And then you had a question.
Yeah. So. All right. I mean, I know that the body count reflecting of a guy is like, does he have motion? Does he not have motion?
Mm-hmm.
Eve, I know. Body
Really?
count,
What do you mean motion? Because
like,
when I think of
is he desirable? Like, because
Really?
there's girls who are like, first off, I don't know. I'm not to get too scientific, but you know, it's me. I got to do it. There's something called like mate replication or mating sign replication. So if a guy has attention from a woman, it will make other women want him.
Mm-hmm.
So like even guys who are in relationships will show that they have more success outside, like more attention outside because they have that girl with them.
Yeah.
Same kind of goes if women recognize that he's getting sexual attention from women. It's like validation. Again, I'm gonna jump back to these balloon pop videos. I don't know if you ever seen the ones where girls will pop immediately. Then as dude goes down the line, talks about himself a little bit, then like towards the end of the line, there's those girls who are like, well, yeah, no, actually you are cute and this, that, and third. And then you'll see the girls at the front of the line like,
Can I get
my
my
balloon back?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like, it's a psychological thing of, it's almost like
Women are
women need
competitive.
that, and they need like approval
Yeah.
that what they want to fuck with is fuck wittable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm not gonna be looked at crazy for fucking with this loser because, oh, you don't think he's a loser either? Oh, you kind of like him too? Okay, all right, cool.
Or some women would just be so like jealous of another woman and be
They
like,
just
I
gotta
just
go after it.
yeah, like I just want what she has. Like I want to
Ooh.
see what that's about.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like I want to see if he could do the same for
For
me.
me.
And it's like if I'm
Mm.
able to take her dude, then I feel like I got more
Power
of
trip.
a sense of self. Like I feel like her. Like women just want to feel like the next woman. You know, so it's like it's weird out here. But definitely though, I feel like when it comes to like sexual, like, you know, like desire, like if a guy has a high body count, I don't think like as a woman, for me, that necessarily makes me be like, okay, like I want to fuck with him because he knows what he's doing and he got experience and
Right,
you know,
right.
mad bitches probably want to fuck with him. Like if anything, I'm kind of, if I can confirm that he has a high body count, and most likely it's Tricia's in that roster.
It's just a little messy.
Yeah, it's
It
kind
looks
of like,
messy.
it
It
kind of
looks
make
messy.
me not really want him like that, honestly. But it's like, I'm going to still fuck with you just because I know, like, guys, like, I know how guys are. Like,
It doesn't
I'm not-
disqualify you.
Like, 8 out of 10 guys is probably going to have a high body count. So it's like,
8 out of 10 guys?
I feel.
Nah. I would say.
What's high to you? What's high for a guy?
What's high for a guy?
I feel like
That's a great
100.
No, I think you
That's
should
a-
answer that.
that- yeah, what's high for a
from
guy?
a woman's perspective,
Yeah.
what's high for you?
100.
That is high.
Oh, that's high. That's
That
high.
is high.
50,
Triple digits is kind of high. That's
50,
super high.
100. Like,
Okay.
That is high.
That's fair. That's fairly
I
high.
know guys who have told me,
Yeah.
like, yo, I got over 100 bodies.
That's a full-time job.
No, if
That's
you're
a full-time job.
if you're having sex from the time you 14, 15 years old and you in your mid 30s,
That's a full-time
50, 100 bodies is
Jeez.
nothing.
Hold on, let's do the math.
Let's do the math.
Yeah.
How many girls do you have to sleep with?
From 15 to
From
30,
15
right?
to 35.
To 35.
Uh-huh.
So 15 to 35 is
20 years. 20 years.
So you said 100
100 divided
by 20.
Mm-hmm. That's like 5 years.
That's
How-
5 a
5 a
year.
year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
That's not a lot.
that's realistic. But that I can see a
that's fairly
guy
realistic,
having
though.
sex with 5 bitches a year.
A year. Yeah, that's fairly
Now.
realistic though.
Realistically, though. Because I feel like from like 15.
You got your
If you-
main
if you-
girl, you
unless
got
you
your
have
side
relationships,
chick,
though,
you
you have
got your
relationships.
sneaky link, you got the bitch that you just met.
That's a full-time job.
and
That's what I'm saying. Like
I'm telling you.
And speaking for myself, right? I never really understood. I've been the side dude, but I never cheated, right? So I've never messed with 2 chicks at once because when I'm with one person,
You locked
I'm
in.
in. So it's
Yeah.
like the amount of work that it would take for me to do.
You different though.
Yo,
You different.
Yo.
You feel me?
But it's too
Like
much.
it's guys out here 100%. I'm telling you, like it's bad, bro.
That's too much.
I feel that.
Tez,
It's
you want to
bad.
speak on it?
What? So next question. When we talking about body counts,
What's high for a woman? Like if a woman told you I got a
Oh.
high body count, like what you think is
What's
high?
what's the age? Like you just
Age,
gave
yeah,
the age,
age.
right? What's the age?
I'm gonna
gap?
say like 16. Or you could do the same thing.
Same thing?
15 to 35.
damn.
Nah, cause by 35, like, not to put timelines on women, but by 35, women typically would be like have a kid already, you know, probably settled down, married. So let's say like
that
let's
don't stop no motion,
let's say
though.
15 to 30.
So a good 15 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
15 years.
If you've been having sex for 15 years as a woman, what's a high body count?
Something I'm not gonna ask about.
Tez, what's a high body count?
I'm not asking about it.
No.
I'm just saying.
What if she's like 10?
10's okay.
10 is
10
fine.
is fine. 10's fine. 10's fine.
10
I-
is cool.
Yeah,
10
10 is
fine.
fine.
What
In
about 15?
years, 15. I gotta ask. What was the situations? Like, was it just one night stand? You were just out here.
I will have
Just being
questions
reckless,
about it,
or-
but like you wanna assume she's had relationships, right? If she's going out, depending on the type of person you're dealing with, right? These are different
So you
demographics
got a
too.
relationship every year.
But
Sometimes they do though.
the same
Damn.
way guys don't have to be intimate with women, like they don't have to be in a relationship
They
to be
don't.
intimate with women. So
For sure.
you think women are out here just only being intimate with guys they in relationships with?
Honestly though, I'll be perfectly honest. I don't think that most women are honest about body count anyway.
Yeah.
That's why I don't bother asking.
Guys either. Nobody's honest about body count. That's why it doesn't even fucking matter.
I'm-
Just assume it's high for everybody.
assume it's
I
high
just
for
and
wanna
get
say-
tested.
Look
I
again.
just want to say, baby, I love you. We locked in. We right here.
Oh gosh.
Yo, not because we had some real conversations, and I'm glad that her joint is low, my joint is low. We met and we locked in.
Okay, hold on. Do you
what we
think?
did.
Do you think that high body count affects people's ability to connect?
That's the thing. I think it does. I think it does.
Why?
I think so.
Because if you're so comfortable being intimate with random people like that, that's a red flag.
Yeah,
Let's
I think
put it up.
because you've shared yourself
Yeah.
so
Okay,
much, like it's hard to have like a focus sense of vulnerability and intimacy. So it's like when you get into a committed relationship, you probably don't really know how to channel that or
Right.
really feel comfortable being vulnerable or intimate because it's like you've already shared that moment with somebody
many
else. And
people.
it's like, do you even know how to make love at this point? Have you just been,
Okay.
you know, like having the transactional sex
Yeah.
with
That's-
people?
That's the other question, right? Do you guys believe in making love? That there's a difference between making love and just fucking.
100%.
And do you think people are in control of whether or not there's that? Like, what factors come into that play?
Intimacy and intention.
Connection.
Yeah, like
Okay.
vulnerability,
All right.
love,
so then,
passion.
so now
like-
jumping back, I'm gonna play a little debate game right now. So then you just said that You know, somebody who has engaged in a lot of sexual activity might not be able to have that connection or intimacy with somebody. But if you're going towards a relationship, I'd argue that it's built in, because why else would you be in a relationship?
I feel like not a person that has a high body count, not that they can't experience emotional like vulnerability and intimacy with somebody else.
Mhm.
I think it makes it a little bit harder to channel that
Okay.
for
Makes it a lot harder.
them.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's impossible, because you can have a high body count and then really find the love of your life. And, you know, I feel like be able to channel intimacy and vulnerability with that person.
Mhm.
But I just feel like sharing yourself with so many people, it's an energetic exchange that
that's true.
lingers beyond the moment. So
You
I
pick
think
up
it
people's
does
trauma.
have lasting effects that make like a committed relationship a little bit harder to navigate.
Do you guys think that, because I'm taking this back to how things used to be in the older days, right? Traditionally, people waited to have sex until like marriage, unless they were like super serious, right? Most people, I'm not going to say it was the incentive to get married, but they understood that came through marriage, right? Now, do you feel like sex, at least nowadays, can turn into love? Like that connection? Do you think that sex can create the connection that,
No.
I feel like love has to be there first, and I feel like sex amplifies that love. Like sex is not love. Sex
Lust.
is like
Lust.
it's lust, right? So I think sex is an expression
Okay.
of the love that already exists.
Does it turn a relationship, right? You're on the course of a relationship. Let's not talk about the one night stands. You're talking to this person, talking phase, you're getting to know this person. Y'all are getting to the point, y'all withheld intimacy, and now y'all are getting to a moment. Do you feel like that physical moment takes the connection up a level?
Yes,
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Without that physical connection, I feel like you're not really advancing intimately with the person, because like it has to be both. It has to be emotional, physical, intellectual, spiritual. Like
Yeah.
it's so many different elements to it, and I think physical is a big part
Absolutely.
of the relationship. Like you need to feel that physical affection really to kind of measure, you know, like that level of love. And I think it's a big part. A lot of marriages fail because they're not intimate.
She just said, okay, yo, you're good. You watching the show. You watching the show. Green flag, green flag. Green
Let's
flag.
talk about. You know what's crazy? A lot of married dudes who I speak to say that they're not
Satisfied.
getting none.
Yeah.
And I be asking them like, "Is this what married?
Sometimes
Like, why
it
you not
be-
married? Is this what married life is about?
Sometimes it be the guys.
I
I
was
feel.
gonna say
That withhold?
I got a
I've
story.
heard
Not
that
with
too. I've
not
heard
with
that too.
whole, but the guys like I don't know, they just don't be in the mood,
Low
or
libido,
like
maybe?
yeah, like low libido, they stressed, or they just I don't know, like
Y'all
I
want to
don't
give some
know.
advice really quick?
sure.
We'll try. We try. Don't we've got to put disclaimers on this. We're not experts, but we try. All right. I got somebody sent in something to me. Okay. Me and my fiance have been together for 2 years and have a child together. He's an amazing man, and he's been a great father to my son from a previous relationship. So 2 kids. He is a provider. He's well known within the community. He helps me at home. But intimacy has never been our strong suit, and I've generally been okay with it. It's always been far more important to me than it is for him, but it was never a problem. Recently, however, over the last year, he barely touches me. He's busy, he works hard, so I didn't think too much of it at first, but a year is a lot to not be intimate, and at this point, I feel unloved. I've tried conversations, suggested doctors, even couples therapy. I'm not sure what to do. He's an amazing man to our family. When he's around, however, I feel like he doesn't see me, at least not see me as his wife. What should I do?
Wow. First, I definitely want to just extend my heart to her, because I just know what it is to be a woman,
That's hard.
you know, and know what it is to feel like not desired, you know, especially by somebody that you desire so much. So that really just touched me. But honestly, like, love is not enough, you know? If the love languages don't align, if the respect is not there, if the attraction, if the desire is not there, if the passion, if the intellectual, if the vulnerable moments is not there, like, it's really hard to sustain, you know, a really healthy relationship where there's like a lack of those things. And I feel just because you love a person so much and are in love with the person so much, if they are not like meeting your needs, and it's like, as women, you know, we need that. Like, we need the words of affirmation. That's why we like sweet talkers, because it's like, tell me what I want to hear. Right. Affirm me. Tell me I'm beautiful. Tell me I'm worthy. Tell me you want me, right? But also we need that physical desire, you know? Make me feel confident about my body. Make me feel desire as a woman. And that's a big part of a relationship. Right. And honestly, if he's not willing to meet you at least halfway to try to resolve an issue that's so important to you, I think that right there, you know, speaks volumes. And if you already feel like he's not showing up in a space where like you feel like his wife, then that right there is a red flag. And honestly, you should probably consider leaving.
Taking a break.
Not taking a break, because I don't think the break is going to amplify the physical touch. You know what I'm saying?
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
She needs to have a real conversation with him.
Yeah, big
time. She said she had a convo with him.
Yeah, a conversation of like, this is not working. Like,
yeah, you need to have a final convo with him.
I want us to work, but I need this. It's not that I want it. I need this for us to really move forward.
Mind you,
that's like a woman's oxygen. You were depriving a woman of her oxygen to survive and breathe and thrive in the relationship. Right. So it's like, you know, if you continue to not get your need met in that way, you're going to die. Right. Like, that's your life source. You're going to die. Yeah. So, yeah.
I think love languages, you hit the nail on the head. Love languages are important. Making sure that those are aligned, that can impact somebody's mental health. Right? Like you mentioned, the affirmations, not being affirmed by the person who you're closest to in this world. You guys made it a great point. Even done swayed me into now, you know, my next girlfriend's getting my password to my phone.
Yeah.
Right. She getting it, right?
Yeah. Welcome to the club.
So, like, to have
committed,
that person,
loyal, and transparent.
Yes.
Cheers.
Yeah, there you go.
For sure.
Right.
That's what I preach to my fellow guys. Like, yo, be transparent. It's gonna bless you. It's gonna come back. Like, yeah, I don't even have the words.
No.
I be trying to kick game. You know what I'm saying?
Get out
of here. If you take it, at least you know I put it out there.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Well, as I was saying, gosh, you know, you want to make sure that that person is a source for that love that you need, whatever that is, whether it's the words of affirmation, whether it's physical affirmation, whether it's that confidence. I know when, you know, again, you are devoting your life to this person. I don't want to have to outsource desire. I don't want to have to outsource, you know, that
you should be my all-in-one.
You should be my all-in-one.
My best friend, my confidant, my lover, my sex therapist.
Absolutely.
My actual therapist.
Yeah, and sex therapist look great. But look, all I'm
what you mean.
Just make sure. I think a lot of people forget that when you're signing up in monogamy in general, you're signing up to wear multiple hats for this person. And you can't say, yo, cut off everybody you've been interested in, anybody who would be competition to this romance we have going on, and then not be willing to then be this person's person. I think that's the biggest thing. A lot of people want to have exclusivity, but don't understand what comes with that. The responsibility of exclusivity. And that's not to say don't pursue it. It's a work in progress. Nobody's perfect, but effort is a major part of that. And if you have these conversations, make sure that everybody approaches them with an open ear and are willing to work on themselves to improve. We're not perfect. Life is always, you know, improvement. And that's why I said, even with the break, you know, you said take time apart to try to collect yourself, self-improvement, all of that. I think that's stuff that should be worked on all the time anyway. Especially in regards to my partner. I need to learn you so I can show up better for you.
Right.
And then I hope that I'm with the person with that
willingness.
integrity that, yes, willingness to learn and be coachable too, because I want you to learn me just the same.
Right.
So, anonymous person, take the time, have the conversations, be open-minded, and we hope that that person that you're having a conversation with
or maybe write him a letter.
Ooh.
You know, because sometimes you can have a conversation with somebody in person and it's like the emotions is running through both of y'all and it's so high that you're not really able to respond to each point that the person is making. So maybe try to write him a letter. Yeah.
That's said. Learn each other's communication styles. That's big.
Definitely.
Well, Miss Kamey, I appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
Bringing the energy. Hopefully this is not the last time.
Yes. I will be back.
For sure.
There we go. Now, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, make sure you make an effort to go watch the Polymaf Live Show. Check us out. Check out some of our, sister and brother podcasts. There'll be more content coming. I'm sure G-Lo is hard at work getting together the next one. So be a lookout for that. And this has been Real and Uncomfortable. I'm C-Taz.
E-Man Music.
I'm Kamey Gomez.
And we'll see you next time.
Period.